Selena. It's a bad baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them heels on and prove.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good. We can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe. Yeah, you're gonna be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other. With the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo. Hello. Shout out to the word for that wonderful intro. I really appreciate him for taking the time to bless the sister. I think it's pretty good for my first little intro. How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? So for those who missed it, I'll play my intro again. I'm really thankful for the word spending his busy time. He has two kids. He is, working at home, and he was nice enough. He used my homeboy, who's a musician in Dallas. He used his song to go with this drop. So I really appreciate him for that. And for those who missed it, I'm gonna play it again just because I want to. I'm gonna miss y'all.
Selena. It's a bad baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them heels on and prove.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good. We can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe. Yeah, you're gonna be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other. With the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo. That was my first intro. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, WTAC, how are you? We got Gamma's World. Good to see you, beautiful. We got Oliver Green. We got CX. We got Shay Love. Oh, thank you so much for coming through. And is Kevin on the soundtrack? Oh no. Oh no, that is my homeboy from Oak Cliff. We grew up together, and he did the song, not necessarily for me, but he did the song, and and then I told him, I said, I think that would be, hey Marissa, that would go perfect with my drop that I wanted to use. So he was like, sure, you can use it. And then, like I said, the word hooked it up. So like I said, that is my first little intro. So I'm happy about that. So thank you guys for coming through. Thank you for coming through earlier. Like I said, I was out and about. What's up, Philly? Good to see you. Yeah, Philly. I don't know. Look, I don't know if you see my new drop, Philly. I don't want to play it again. I think it's too. I don't want to be extra. Hey, Speaks. Good to see you. Thank you, Gamma. Yeah. So, earlier I was I want to tell y'all about this. Thank you, Marissa. I want to tell you guys about this. I thought about it. The live I might do tonight might be a little different. It might not be a reaction because I understand that YouTube in this sector, hey 305, they just want mess. So instead of me doing a reaction and then having a reaction of my reaction, I said, you know what? Nah. Hey Nart. I said, nah, I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna just leave it alone. But I will talk a little bit about gossip. I'll talk about how we've all partaken in it. Gossip, we love it because it's spicy. It's like you're in somebody else's business and you don't even know if it's true or not, but you just go with it and then you take it to another person. It's just like it goes on and on and on. So yeah, it goes on and on. So I might talk a little bit about that, but I don't think I'm gonna talk about this situation. If the person wants to talk about it, they're more than welcome to use my video for it. But these people ain't about peace. These people ain't about peace. They're not about understanding. And then when you do, kind of like, oh, you saw the intro? Hey, the word. Oh, you missed it. Okay, how you? So I'm just gonna leave it alone, like I said, because I prayed first. I prayed about it, but then I talked to a few of my friends, and they was like, "Nah, just drop it, just drop it," because these people in this sector. Hey, Captain Wood, good to see you. These people in the sector and on YouTube, they not about no understanding, y'all. They just not. They just want mess after mess after mess. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Also, I have a mixture. Somebody's calling me, but I put it on do not disturb. Let me not look at it. I have a mixture of different types of people from different sectors, and I've had some people that not necessarily get along with other people. So I want everybody. Let's all do this to respect the host and respect other people, whether you like people or not. Let's keep the sarcasm and subliminals to limited to none really. I want everybody to get along. I want everybody to be focused on whatever I'm talking about at the time, and I can understand that you guys are talking in your individual conversations, but the point of the matter is I want everybody to be respectful of everybody in the chat. This is I'm not one of those content creators that um likes a lot of the other stuff. It's okay every now and then a little drama, but let's just be careful about that. Let's respect each other. Um, and let's just have a good time. I want everybody to feel comfortable. I mean, everyone. So yeah, save that for the Beef channel, right? O Speak. So if you see, because O Speaks, he don't like a few people that come in here sometimes. So he does to respect me. He doesn't say anything to those people, and I hope that we all can respect each other because I want everyone to feel comfortable, and I want everyone to just have a good time. Just have a good time. So I hope that is expressed in the most nicest way that I could put it. Hey, 41. And so I hope, we can respect each other. What's up, Vivens? How are you? Oh, yes, I appreciate you. What'd you say before you get clapped? You're not going to get clapped. Like I said, just be respectful, Vivens, because I know, hey, it is what it is with some people. I've been in chats with people that I don't like, and I just don't say nothing to them and pray they don't say nothing to me. But yeah, I was kind of concerned about the interaction in the chat, so let's just be mindful of that. So I pinned the link up at the top, so anybody that would like to come up and join me, it can't be a women's panel if there's no women up here. So so please help a sister out. I don't want to be talking to myself. What's up, nitty gritty? Good to see you. Yeah, I pinned the link at the top. What's up, SBK? So all the content creators, if it's a content creator in here or that is not a moderator, can you please put their link in the chat so people can sub up to them, as well as even the people that are just subscribers that have a channel. If you could please make sure you put their link in the channel as well. So yeah, thank you guys for coming through. Now I pinned the link at the top, so you guys are more than welcome to hit that link. If you a female, hey Amber, if you a female and you want to come up here and have a conversation, hey, let's do it. I want to talk a little bit about betrayal in friendships and romantically, because we have them in both. Some of us have been in relationships with men that were not so, I guess, faithful. And we had to deal with the betrayal of that happening to us. Hey, Rare Money, how are you? Good to see you. And so we had to deal with that betrayal. We had to deal with betrayal in friendships, people that we were once cool with, or people we were in relationships with us, and we were either disappointed or they disappointed us. And how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that successfully without prolonging the situation? Hey, Tamika, how are you? So I want to talk a bit about that. Tamika, if you want to come up, you can. I'll put the link up in the chat. So I want to just talk about a lot of different things. I don't know. Hey, just saying. I don't know where Farmer Nancy is, but maybe she forgot. Hopefully, she'll come in a little later. Because Farmer Nancy, she loves to talk. So I don't ever have to worry about her. But yeah, I want to know how you guys feel about that. How do you maneuver dealing with other women? What's up, T1000? Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Gamma, you want to come up? T1000, you want to come up? Amber, Nitty Gritty, anybody want to come up now? Don't have me up here talking by myself. And also, you do not have to cam up. So just because I'm cammed up, don't mean you have to cam up. Okay. So that's another thing. Some people don't like camming up. And I understand that. But if you want to, you can. So yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about that. I know it's a lot of lives going on. And I was, like this morning, well, when I, did the live this morning, I was really surprised. I had a good group in there earlier today. And I don't know if you guys know New Breed, but I was really shocked to see him, because sometimes I go in on his platform and I support him. And okay, and I support him. And then I looked up, I was like, New Breed? Like, I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he is a really big content creator. So that was really good to see. Also, I have a couple of interviews coming this coming week. Yeah, this coming week. So I'm going to be working on that. Uh, um, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Sharon. It's like Sharon, but his name is Sharon Bracy, and I'll be interviewing him. He has a good content, as well as he's kind of a large content creator as well. So I'll be interviewing him, and let's see what's going on. And another person in the making. I'm working on that. So I got some things in the making for you guys. Hey, okay. Hey, Miss V, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Just fine. When you first came in, I thought you was a troll.
That's
I
funny.
thought you was a troll. I said, look, I ain't got time for this. But
Because I'm
I
V.
found, well, Miss V, I found out that you be on Kwame Brown's platform, and I've never
Hmm.
seen you until maybe about a few weeks ago. And I said, That's the same. That's Miss P, the same lady that came in my live. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought you were a troll for real when you came into.
Mm-mm.
I
I'll
think
be
I was.
popping in and out of his stuff. Sometimes I'll be in the bushes. Sometimes I'll be somewhere
Uh,
else.
oh, okay. Now, can you turn up your microphone because I can't hardly hear you. I don't know if
Okay, yeah, let
I'm
me
gonna
turn it
turn
up.
mine up.
Okay. Can you hear
See
me
if
better?
you can turn your microphone. Is she kind of low, you guys? I just want to make sure that's not me.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit better. Yes, yes.
Okay. What about now? I just
Yeah.
turned it all
So
the way up in the StreamYard.
okay, I can hear it. I can hear it better. Uh-huh. I can hear it
Okay,
better.
cool. Cool beans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about yourself before we start. So how did you come to this sector?
Truth be told, like I've been watching Kwame, and then I will go to like other people's pages to see what they got going
Uh-huh.
on. And then really it just went from there. Like some people's stuff I like to watch. Sometimes they be doing too much. Like Kevlo his channel be doing a lot, but that's his stuff. So I pop in and I pop out. I like
Uh-huh.
Ned's stuff. A couple of them.
Uh-huh.
I be on this other channel. It's called, what is it called? If I'm gonna keep it funky, show him some love. Hold on.
Yeah. You said you can hear her? Okay.
They said they can't.
She said she could hear you.
Okay,
Uh,
cool. I'm looking for the other person. Dang, I be on. He's cool peoples too. Lord, where's
said,
it at?
oh, okay. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Hmm.
No, I was listening to well, the word he was telling me I have to click on the mic settings. Okay. Well, my her mic is up because I have it on 200. So, and it's echo cancellation, so I don't know.
Yeah, I have it up high. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to raise my voice a little higher.
Just a
But yeah,
tad bit, just a tad
that's not too hard. I'm loud. I'm trying not to be super loud, but I'm gonna go sit to the
bit.
porch because I feel good outside anyway.
Where are
Um,
you where are you from, if you don't mind me
New, Jer-
asking?
New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been watching Kwame Brown for a minute, and then you started going up. Hey, writers, you started kind of going up on his platform, and were you ever scared to go up there and talk to all those people, or not really?
No, because it's the internet, and I'm gonna put myself out there like that. So I'm like, all they're gonna hear is this voice, and we're gonna chop it up. And if something goes left, I'm not about to have no, panic attack because I can just always hop off.
Right, right, right.
And
I
I just
want
like
to
to
ask
talk in general, so maybe
you
that's
this.
why that's my personality. I like to talk. Sometimes too much, but hey, what you
Yeah.
gonna do?
And hey, you have to be yourself. I want to ask you, since this is a women's panel, like I said, women are welcome. Rachel, you're welcome to come up. I want to ask you a little bit about your relationships with women, or just in general. Have you had issues with betrayal, and how did you deal with those things?
Yeah, I did, and it actually made me kind of turned off uh, the fact of trying to really deal with people, which is it sucks
Hmm.
because I refer to myself as like the most social, antisocial person you'll ever meet. Like
Right.
I'm good at work socializing or wherever I'm at. I'm good on the phone chopping it up. But then when it comes times to put stuff in set in stone to
Hmm.
do something, I'm just like, I'd rather not. It's so weird, and I
Yeah.
don't really keep a lot of people in my circle.
Right. Right. Hey,
And then
CP3.
other stuff I had to learn was everything ain't for everybody.
Right.
So I had to learn that as well.
Mhm. Do you find it easy? Hey, Big Nance, what's good? I was waiting on you. I said, where my girl at? Nance and Motor Mouth. Where my girl at? Come on up here when you get a chance. But yeah, Miss V, I would say with me, I'm more of an introvert. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't believe that because I'm on social media and I have to interact with people. Hey, Cutting Edge, how are you? But what people don't realize, I this is really new for me. Being very like I would say a social butterfly because that's not my first nature. Like that's not really I really struggle at times because
And
um
you do it on a camera too, girl.
huh
I said, and you be on camera, so it ain't even like you just chilling behind,
you're
the
breaking
picture of
you're
your
breaking
avatar.
up. You're breaking up, V.
Oh Lord, hold on one
Hey Julia,
second.
how are
I,
you?
s-
Brooklyn in
I
the
said,
house. How are you? I can't hear you. It's like it's breaking up.
I hate that. Hold on, I'm sorry.
That's
I just
okay.
came on my porch, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll be a little more. I could be a little louder without bothering anybody.
Uh-huh.
Um, no, so I said that must be at least when you was first starting off. That must have been crazy because you do stuff on camera, so it's not even like you just be chilling behind your
I
picture
can't
or
hear
like
nothing you say. Look, Miss V, I can't hear nothing you saying. I can't hear
that is so
nothing.
crazy. That is so crazy. Okay, hold on.
You're like in the matrix.
That is crazy. Hold on.
Yeah, you might have to drop down and come back up. But anyway, she will be back up. So, guys, uh, if you want to, you can come up. I don't know why y'all not coming up. This is a women's panel, y'all. It ain't Selena. It just ain't Selena's panel. It's y'all. It's us. It's us. Okay. So you guys don't be scared. It's pretty much safe over here for the most part. Okay, Miss V,
Okay, are we better now?
say something.
Hey, can you hear me
She's
now?
not on mute. So she.
Can you hear me?
Okay, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel, for joining us. You can get off
Blessings.
mute,
Listening.
Rachel.
You can't hear me?
I hear Miss
All right.
V. Blessings,
Yeah,
blessings, Selena.
Miss V
You can
is.
hear me?
I
I
am
can
off
hear
mute.
you.
Okay, Lord, I'm like this thing is getting on my nerves. Low key embarrassing.
That's okay.
Because I'm dealing with I got my phone, and then I'm dealing with, because I just got a new phone, so the headphones that I have for it don't go, so I have to get new ones. So in the meantime, I done took my baby phone, these big behind Beats that is, bigger than my head. So I'm trying to deal with
Okay.
that. So bear with me. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Take your time. Hey, Miss Amber, how are you?
Hi, I've
Good
got a
to.
little
I'm
bit.
glad. Look, I'm glad you joined us today. I want to get
Um,
your perspectives.
well, I've got a little bit of a sore throat, is why I was hesitant. But if I sound
Oh,
over, I'll stay up if you can understand me.
yeah, I can hear you. Can everybody
Okay.
else hear?
Hey, I can hear you.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
I can hear
Hey,
you.
Miss G and Rachel.
Hey, good evening.
Blessings.
Hope everybody's doing well.
Yes, yes. Everybody's doing
Hmm.
good.
Yep.
Well, I was talking a little bit. Hey, Denise, my girl. I was talking a little bit about relationships with women, how you deal with women, betrayal with women, betrayal with your romantic partner. If y'all have some experiences where you've dealt with some betrayal, where you trust people and it ended up coming and bite you in the butt, or you trusted a man, or whatever type of betrayal you've ever experienced, if you want to share on that.
I guess for me, the latest thing, which is crazy, because
Mhm.
I had a best friend, because like I just told you, I don't really deal with folks. So that's the thing that sucks too, when you only deal with a few people. If you lose
Right.
somebody, if one of them people, depending on the situation, it really
Mhm.
does suck. So anyway, me and her had a falling out through text message, which is why I hate text messaging, because stuff can get misconstrued. But anyway,
Right.
we had a little tizzy on the text message, and she took it amongst herself, to cuss me out, say what she needed to say, and then block me. So therefore, there's no way of clearing it up if you blocking the person. You know what I mean?
Right.
And girl, I've been blocked. I'm like, oh shit, she must have been wanted to do that, because there's
Oh
no way
yeah.
one argument
Uh-huh.
and then you block me, and then that's that. And you're supposed to be my best friend.
Right.
So I low key feel like she
Gamma.
abandoned me.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Selena.
Hey,
Hi, everybody
Gamma.
on the panel.
Yeah, it
Hey.
was some background stuff going on, so I had to put you on mute.
Okay.
Okay.
Is background on my end?
I think it was, but it's okay right now, so that's fine.
Okay.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming through, Gamma.
Yes,
Um,
no problem.
so Miss V, so she just went ahead and blocked you.
And went
So,
ghost on me, girl. I felt like a school age kid. I'm like, you should have seen me. I was so emotional. I'm like, this is really ridiculous.
like, but how long did you say you knew her?
We were friends since like what 11th grade,
Uh-huh.
and so for a long time. And I graduated in '09. Shit.
Oh, so y'all wasn't just like a acquaintance, like acquaintance. Y'all were
Mm-mm.
actually friends. Wow.
And what happened was she kind of like got on this godly kick, which is cool. So
Mm-hmm.
she kind of got on this godly kick and stuff like that. So I don't know if maybe that's something she wanted to been do because she refers to me as negative. I'm just a realist. My life experiences have made me a realist. I don't really put anything past anybody. I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, not my man would never, or my kids would never if the school was calling, or none of that. I'm just a super realist. I don't put anything
Right.
past anybody, you know. So certain
Right.
conversations, we would have. I guess she didn't really want to know exactly how I felt about some stuff. So, and
Right.
even though I told her before, if we having a conversation, we having a conversation as two people talking amongst each other.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And I'm not a type of person that feels like they're beyond approach. So if I say something that you feel like it's out of pocket, or even if it made you feel how you feel, because I'm big on you can't tell somebody how they feel. Like you can tell somebody's being extra or
Exactly.
trying to milk something, but overall you can't tell somebody how they feel, even if you don't really, if you feel like they bugging or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, if and she knows that, and I even told her before, like, if you just want to talk about certain things or just vent about certain things, and you don't really want to have like an actual conversation, then just tell me that, you know,
Right.
because everybody needs to vent every now and again, especially when you know the person you talk to is your people, and they ain't gonna bring your stuff back.
Exactly. So that was very hurtful for you knowing somebody that long. It wasn't like a year or two. You were actually friends with this woman for since you were in 11th grade. So
hmm
how are you dealing with that now? Like, is it like I know it's very hurtful for you.
Yup. And I ain't gonna lie, I had talked to her, but I sent her ass email, but I don't know if she got me blocked in email or not, but I was mad. I sent her as an email because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who does that? Especially
Right.
when it wasn't nothing crazy, you know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to
Mm-hmm.
get over it. I get on my sister-in-law nerves
Mm-hmm.
because I be talking about it sometimes, and she's just like, girl, you gotta get over it. I'm like, you ain't lying. But I think for me, when I feel like I've done a certain way by somebody, especially when I know it's not warranted, it's kind of hard to get over that, and it's annoying
Yeah,
because I'm like,
it
it cannot
is.
be that deep. And then I also low key feel like, oh, you've been wanting to do that. You know what I mean? And I said it
Yeah,
in the
she
email too.
is.
Like
She
you
been
felt a
feeling
type of
away.
way, and I guess you figure
Yeah.
that's like kind of like if you or your man or your woman want to leave, and they just don't want to really be man or woman about it, and just let you know that, so they waiting for you to do something so that can kind of be like they out in a weird way.
Hmm. Wow. Well, I know that's a very hurtful, experience. I have experienced something like that as well. I was friends with someone for a very long time when I was in high school, and when she went off to college because she was older than me, and she ended up getting involved with someone, and they our relationship changed dramatically, and we grew apart, and that was very hurtful. But I think how I dealt with it was I just had people to kind of let me know that people sometimes come in your life in seasons, and
hmm
sometimes their season is up in your life and you have to accept it. It's hard, but some things you just have to accept. um, and sometimes it's about self reflection. You have to look at yourself and be like, well,
Mm-hmm.
did I add something to this situation
I
or
love that you said that. Not even trying to
Mhm.
cut you off, so I'm sorry about that. I love that you
Okay.
said that because I am a super self-aware person, which helps with certain things. So I'm like, okay, well, blah blah
Right.
blah. Then I'm like, damn, okay. Sometimes just the same way, just because something is edible doesn't mean it needs to be eaten. Just because I was thinking something,
Right.
because that is an issue of mine, don't mean that it needs to be said. You know what I mean? Especially if you're not being asked
Right.
directly. So that part, you don't
Right.
need to say everything that you're thinking, especially if it will come off
Exactly.
negative. So I'm like, that's
Mhm.
probably a big
And
thing.
that's
She got tired of hearing that shit. She wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. I don't know.
yeah, and so that makes you kind of work on yourself and be more self-aware. Thank you, Gamma. And help you to be self-aware as well as help you to watch before you say something. You try to say, okay, do I think this will be offensive to this person? Because I had the same issue when I was kind of coming up. Even though, I was quiet around like a big crowd of people, with the people I knew, I was very outgoing, and sometimes I would end up saying things on how I feel, and they came off very negative to other people, and I wasn't aware of it until someone told me that I really needed to be careful about that because that was maybe making certain people not want to interact with me or be around me for a long time because I would just say things just how I feel, and everything you feel, you don't need to say. you know, it's good to be real, but even in your realness, you have to have maturity. You have to have self awareness on how you come across to other people.
Right.
So that's good. Thank you for that, Miss V.
My main thing was I
Rachel.
had to keep in
Oh,
mind.
go ahead.
Sorry, my bad. I had to keep in mind that everybody is not like me. Not even
Right,
on a weird or not on a like trying to be funny way, just in general as a person. So I had to keep that in
right.
mind. But that's it. My bad.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We'll come back to you. Hey, Rachel, what's going on? Honey, I didn't know you was going through all this drama on YouTube. Bless your heart.
Selena funny as hell.
Yeah, Rachel's going through some changes. Bless your heart. Well, this is the YouTube is a beast out there, honey. We have to
It's the
learn to
Matrix.
maneuver on this place.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I see. I know I'm in the Matrix though. Like I know that I'm positive as hell, and I'm gonna come across a lot of people that's gonna hate. So I'm ready.
Well, that's good that you're ready because you definitely gonna have to be.
I know
Um,
when to walk away. I know when to talk and when not to.
mhm.
That's what get people
Yeah,
mad.
and that's what I like about you, Rachel. You say what you need to say and you move on. So if more people were like that, it would be less drama on this app. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So let me ask you this, Rachel. What kind of things have you experienced with betrayal? With any type of relationship, romantically or platonic?
With me, it wasn't as much. It was betrayal. It's more as sometimes we need to grow up, and I had to walk away from certain people that I really care about because it's like, I was young when I had kids. I was
Okay.
16 when I got pregnant, 17 when I gave birth to my firstborn. So where I'm coming from, like I was already working. I had to drop out of school
Uh
to
huh.
to deal with my son. Then at 20, I had my 21, I had my second son. So it's kind of like, I grew up real fast. So
Right.
I was surrounded with like, all right, you my right hand, you my bitch. All right, I get it. But at the end of the day, I got kids. I can't rock that orange suit for no nigga, for no nothing. Like, all right, I get it. You know, I'm your friend. We grew up together. But at
Mhm.
certain times, it can't feel like betrayal when a friend tells you your shit stinks and I'm not willing to, go behind bars or I'm not willing to lose my life when I got kids. And
Right.
then when you notice that this person is older than you, and yeah, you had kids before this person, but this person didn't have a child until after you had kids. You see where I'm
Mhm.
coming from? but they still acting shout out. They still out here wanting to party on the weekends, acting ratchet to the point where they almost getting locked up. You see where I'm coming from? Like, we can't
Right.
keep doing that shit. Like, we grown that shit. So me, it's more like, all right, motherfuckers think I'm betraying because I'm not willing to sit here and do what you're doing. I'm not willing to be a follower.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
that gets people mad. I'm like, if you want to see it as betrayal, you can see it as betrayal. To me, as far as I grew up, I'm not willing to be a child. Call it whatever you want to call
Uh-huh.
it.
Okay. Well, so I know you dealt with betrayal. You've dealt with betrayal, just kind of like how I have publicly.
Only on social media, like on
What-
some weird
oh,
shit. Because
okay.
like
Oh
I tell
yeah,
people,
you
I
dealt with
learned about ahead of time. Like I was real young. Like I bumped my head one time and I learned from that mistake. I'm not sitting here willing to learn. Like I'm a sidewalk chick. I've
Thank
never
you,
really,
April.
I'm scared to cross that curve, that pavement.
Right. Can you tell us for some people that don't know, a little bit of your experience with betrayal on social media? Because betrayal can come on social media as well.
On social
So,
media, well, social media, I was naive, ignorant, thinking that I could sit here and how can I say, how much people get bullied out here on these streets, but you've actually seen it, right?
mm-hmm,
And they go through some shit, but you're out here and you step up for them because they got nobody else to really defend them. Well,
mm-hmm,
you think you could, on social media, you see some shit like that. All right, let me step up, let me speak up. And when you notice people lashing back, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, damn, okay, I'm laid into a sauce and some shit that was happening, and I didn't even
mm-hmm,
know what's going on. So I'm thinking that we cool. I'm not gonna say people's my friends. I can say acquaintances. But when you
mm-hmm.
really start fucking with somebody on social media, like you've known them for like a year already, you're like, all right, you cool, you're not like this. I don't feel like you're gonna do what people are saying, and then you like, boom, bump that head and like, is you really using me? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you start seeing certain people like, all right, mom dukes. Like, I see you like a mother figure, or I'll see you like a sister figure, or I'll see you like a friend figure, but I don't really see you like a friend figure. It's like the way you're behaving, I can see you. It's like, I don't know how to explain it or put it into words. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, like, yo, we can't get fooled on this, John, because motherfuckers really pretend to be one thing and they not.
Right, right. So how did you deal with that? With trusting someone? Because me and you got burnt by the same person. I know with
Well, me ain't happened on live because they try to call me out on the live. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. I wanted to curse this person out. That's what people use. Like, oh, you was crying. No, I'm a fucking female. I wanted to curse somebody that's older than me, and it's like, ugh. So everything I wanted to say, I was holding back. Yeah, my voice started
right.
crackling. My eyes got red. No,
That's
I
how I
wasn't.
was.
I wasn't crying like, oh my God, I just lost my brother. Oh my God, I just know. See, I did that when I
Right.
really lost somebody.
You
But
want
it
to
was more
fight.
as in I wanted to fucking, but I'm gonna fucking break my TV screen. See, y'all
Right.
gotta realize, look, I was going to therapy from the age of 5. I stopped going to therapy at the age of 25 when I had
Hmm.
my I think it was 26 when I had my daughter because it was getting hard for me to keep going. But the therapist said I was doing good. I really didn't need therapy. They had
Hmm.
diagnosed me with bipolar depression and PTSD. And I've overcome
Hmm.
my situation. I know how to deal with a lot of situations. I know how to walk away. I know how to do this. Mostly when I was young, I used to blame myself for everything that was happening. So I used to try to take my life. And that's why they
Wow.
put down the bipolar depression.
Hmm.
So I'm not going to sit here and lie. I was suicidal. Like, I thought that everything that was happening to me was my fault until
Wow.
I learned that it wasn't. And I used to lash out and blame the world.
So how did you, with all of that, and then with the betrayal online from someone that you trusted, like how did you deal with that
I have
afterward?
a I have a support system.
Okay.
I have a baby pops that I talk to all the time. Like, this is social media. At the end of the day, I don't know none of these people. These people don't know none my real life at all. So
Hmm.
whatever they say on here, it's words. Our elders used to say, "Sticks and stones will break your bones. Names will never." Names can never really hurt you at the end of the day. So you can say whatever you want on this John, but do you really know what's really happening? I
Mhm.
haven't told you enough for you to even say what you're saying out your mouth. You see where I'm coming from? So at the end of
Mhm.
the day, what you say is irrelevant to me. What you go on and say behind my back, or you go on and tell somebody else, it's irrelevant.
Right.
Because I don't even have enough out there for you to look and search. Go ahead, be my guest. I don't give a fuck. I said it from the first day that I came on here because I wasn't expecting YouTube. I knew that I was going to get a lot of lashback because I'm speaking on putting cameras into the schools. I'm speaking against certain teachers. I'm speaking
Right.
against bullying. I'm speaking about sexual harassment. So yeah, I know I'm getting lashback, but I wasn't expecting the bullshit that was coming when I came into KB's channel.
Yeah. Good.
Like, what the fuck?
Child, my
I mean, I've
brother
been through
told
some
you.
shit. I mean, I've been
Right.
toe to toe with fucking Hassan Campbell subscribers and everything. So I've been through some shit, but I wasn't expecting this shit. I'm like, wait a minute. You say you my friend. You say you trying to look out for me, but
Right.
everybody, what everybody was telling me and everybody was warning me, yo, watch it. She's like this. She hangs with this person. They've been hanging from the beginning. I didn't know that until a certain
Mm.
person came into my panel and was like, yo, he's in jail now, allegedly. I'm gonna say it like that. Um, and he was saying that, when he came onto here, he was hanging with all them people in the beginning. And I was like, you know what? It took me a minute to put two and two together until Miss 504 started spilling all the beans. Then Dan D started showing all the videos. I started backing up. Like, I don't trust you no more. Like, you've been lying to me from the gate.
That's crazy, Rachel. But you ended up basically did you bounce back after that because you still
I
remain.
never fell off. What she did was send more people that were positive my way.
Wow. So basically, even though it seemed like it was a bad situation, it ended up turning out for your good.
Yeah. That's why
Oh
I'm like, I'm
wow.
not mad. Listen, I don't got shit to hide. I tell people I didn't come on here for the beef. Now, if y'all want to look for some shit,
Right.
be my guest, but I'm not gonna fight with you for what? What am I beefing with you with? Like, I
Right.
don't know you. I can't sit here and say I don't like the way you talk. I hate the way you walk. I'm not fucking Kendrick Lamar.
Exactly. Exactly. And yeah, that's a good I'm glad that you talked about that. Uh I'm really glad that you talked about it and you bounced back. You didn't let that stop you and hinder you.
Mm-mm.
Thank you, April Love.
Because
I
I tell
appreciate you
people,
for coming through. I
I
really do. Thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate it. And
got
you're
you.
welcome to come up if you want to. I'm telling you, I welcome anybody that would like to come up. So thank you so
Said
much.
anybody. Yeah, but
Uh,
like I tell, oh, I'm so
mhm.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, like I tell people, like, yeah, I got played on this, John. I thought this person was like that. I got a call one day, right? My brother passed
Right.
away. She had called me because I was trying to send her some merchandise from the Writers for Life, and she was trying to send my daughter a gift package that she offered, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
was telling her, like, the conversation went like, look, listen, I don't want this because, I know that nothing in this world is free. She's like, look, listen, I don't want nothing from you. I appreciate you. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this from the bottom of my heart. Okay. When that first video showed that she started showing the video, that my daughter got the gift box, all that. Um, everybody started, like, a lot of people started coming and started trying to warn me about her. I didn't believe it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. At first, I didn't believe it because I seen people attacking her when I walked into her channel. So it was kind
Mm-hmm.
of hard. I was seeing one side. So a little after that, my brother passes away. So mind you, I just got the news that same day. She calls me. So I'm already breaking down, and she's like, "What's going on there?" I broke down and I talked to her,
Mm-hmm.
like, and she's like, let me help you, let me put the GoFundMe on my channel so, you can get more support. By that time I had to raise, I think it was, I think around $10,000 to $15,000. I didn't have it. I wasn't working. My baby pops was the one supporting me. And I never lied about that shit. I said it to everybody. My baby pops is the one supporting me. He has to support me, his other two baby moms, and he has to support himself. At that time, we wasn't together yet. He didn't propose to me until afterwards. Like,
My
until
goodness.
the whole situation with my brother and all that, happened
Mm-hmm.
after all that. Um, we got our shit, our situation situated after that. But my whole thing is with that GoFundMe, I didn't know that she was dealing with a lot of shit with other podcasters, right? And people
Mm-hmm.
started taking their money back, and I started telling her, I'm like, Miss, what was going on? Like, they're telling me that we're scamming because it's not the first time y'all done this. Da, 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 da. And I'm sitting here, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this myself. And then I started doing the fundraisers. I went outside. I did even at live. I started selling T-shirts, the Writers for Life. I did caps. I came up with new logos, and I did it that way. I had I think Sis 101, Meal Ticket. Other people were supporting me when she first put the GoFundMe, and that's how I met a lot of people. I didn't even know who the hell they were. Like they just helped because they wanted to, and they didn't take shit back or put me in the middle or whatever the fuck she was going through with other podcasters or the beef. Mind you, I'm lost in the sauce. Like, what am I getting into, and why is it affecting my personal life now?
Mm-hmm.
So when I
Okay.
said all that, and people's like, "Yo, just do your research, do your research." I was like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
let me do my research. I started looking at more channels and people was exposing her, showing videos. I'm asking questions. No, it's not like that. It's not true. They just want to, see me fall down all because I follow a celebrity. I'm like, wait, what? Like, yo, listen, man, this shit got crazy. At the
Yeah,
end of
it
the day,
definitely was.
she's nothing more than a liar. Where's her evidence?
Mm-hmm.
She
So
cannot.
basically, so basically, once she gave you the box that to help your family out.
No, there was no box to
Then,
help my family out. You know what she did? She sent my daughter. Listen, she that the tea in the house song. My daughter likes that song because my daughter
uh
heard her when she was on the live one day, and I told her I was like,
hmm
"Yo, my daughter loves your song." Da 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 da. She's like, "Oh, how old is your daughter?" She's like, "I got all these toys." She's like, "I'm gonna send them to her." She said this on a live herself. I never asked. I never said anything. It wasn't nothing
hmm
to help with the family. Those are fucking toys she wanted to give. Big difference.
hmm.
I didn't ask for help. She did this shit on a live herself. I didn't ask for
Wow,
no
that's
help. I didn't
crazy.
say I need my bills paid. She didn't pay my bills. None of that. All that shit
Mhm.
was taken care of. The problem was I was doing a GoFundMe, right? And
Mhm.
she used that shit. Then that shit she started when I started figuring out about everybody else. People started using that shit against me, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, wait, 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 because she sat here and helped me out, right? And showed people my GoFundMe doesn't mean that I have to stay in her chat. That I can't listen to other people. And if I'm asking her questions and other people got evidence and proof of what she's doing, and she's telling me it's not like this, well then show me because right now they winning. And what I mean by winning
Mhm.
is they got proof. I'm not gonna be sitting here getting
Mhm.
myself put in some shit and I'm telling this motherfucker, oh, you a liar, you're a liar, but they got proof. Where's yours?
Mhm.
That's
That's
it. Like, I'm not
crazy.
gonna sit here and defend you. You want me to sit here hop oceans for you, but you're lying to me. So that if you
Mm.
lie to me and I'm a
That was
fucking
the
stranger,
ultimate betrayal.
you telling me you're not gonna
Uh-huh.
sit here and lie to your family like that? Man, I don't know what you're capable of doing.
Mm.
If you saw me like a
Right.
daughter and you lied to me like that, then you sat here when I
Mm.
was trying to figure out what was going on with the Miss 504. She sat here, oh, she's a bad kid. Don't believe her. She's lying on me. Da 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 da. Then Miss
Wow.
504 started exposing her. I'm like, oh, let me back the fuck off. I really
Mm.
started backing off because I'm like, yo, I'm not into this shit. Like you started saying a couple of lives. I know somebody's gonna support me. That she's not into this, but she's still gonna rock out. I was like, oh, that's why people coming at me because see, you knew something I didn't know.
Right.
How am I going to sit here and keep doing all this when I don't know? I've asked questions and motherfuckers is showing proof. It's that simple. You lied, point blank. And I don't
Right.
like being lied to. Like, look, listen, man, I don't got no reason to lie about shit. So why would I even sit here and start some shit? Like, this is
Mhm.
my thing. Like, I don't
That's
know
right.
nobody in this fucking app. Like, if I'm sitting here and I'm asking you a question and I'm looking at your eyes, I don't care if it's in person or through a fucking screen, and you're out here telling me that this person's the liar, that they're one's trying to set you up, all because you're friends with a celebrity that you allegedly knew in real life.
Okay. Well, so you've experienced a lot on here, bless your heart, and I can definitely relate to you on some issues like that,
Yeah.
being on here. And it is, I know for me,
It's
it
weird.
was. it's a little. Hey, Saret, how are you? Saret, I say T1000 Bama. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, Shay. So, everybody, I hope I spoke to everybody. Charge it to my head and not my heart. But yeah, so we've experienced some things on social media as well. Now, I haven't experienced a lot of betrayal in my real life. Like I said, I had some situations where people I thought were a certain way and found out, well, they're actually had a knife in my back the whole time. But but that was as few and far in between. I've experienced more on, and I don't know if it's well, yes, a little bit of betrayal, even if you don't know someone that well. But like I said, betrayal comes in a lot of different ways. Amber, I want to go to you. Have you experienced any betrayal, like in your romantic life or platonic, or just in how you deal with people? Have you ever experienced it before? I think it's a universal thing. Most people have. Thank you, Rare Money. Hmm.
Yeah, it is
Amber.
universal. It
Uh-huh.
is universal. And Rachel, I'm gonna speak to you for just a second on that, if you
Yes,
don't mind,
ma'am.
Selena.
Oh, go
Um,
ahead.
you didn't even mention no names, and it's just something the very last thing you said. This is perfect. This is just meant to be. Uh, I
I did
know.
something wrong.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about. See, well, I'm not gonna say no name either, and that is the reason for my current separation from an individual because I feel that person was, it's called the slow game, or where they do the slow. They think long and hard, or they've done it before to other people, and they set you up the long game. And see, I
I heard
didn't.
that in the streets before. That's my
Yeah.
long game. That's my short. Wait, I've heard that before.
So the long game. So I was feeling in my gut that this long game was being on me, right? And so I started calling things out to this person. And then she started saying, yeah, yeah, this and yeah, yeah, that, and sending me screenshots and all this. And I'm like, oh, she thinks I'm some kind of dummy. So she's betraying me, right? She's betraying me, but I haven't let her know that. But also,
Mm.
going to these different channels, you have to go in and speak. You don't have to. But me, I'm a talker. I love to talk.
Right.
So Selena, I saw Selena on another channel one time. And I just said, well, I like that name. Let me just go see this person.
Uh,
You know, it was catchy.
yeah.
It was catchy. So I was like, I wonder if she's in on this other end of that game, right?
Hell
So
no.
Selena, I done messed around and found out that you are not. See,
Right.
but at the same time, see, I had to go slow, pay attention, listen, watch how people act and watch the way they move, right? And then hoping that Selena wasn't the type of person that let somebody get in her ear and she just take what everybody says at what they saying, because people, if they don't like you, they're gonna go to other people if they see you in their channel and start putting
Right.
words in their ears. And I'm like, okay, so let me tie that with something that is going on currently in my life. There is
Hmm.
a female that came into the picture of one of my sons, and I said to
Hmm.
myself, uh, I know my son's going to think I don't trust this woman because I've watched what they've gone through with different women, and I'm a woman
Hmm.
myself. I know how we
Right.
are. I know how we are. So I told her from the get go. I said, "Look, we don't have anything in common. You don't know me. I don't know you." I said, "But I'm just
Exactly.
going to be honest with you, first and foremost. But if you go outside, me and you talking, and you go and you talk to other people in the family, and you start, well,
Hmm.
said, don't talk to me anymore because you are not taking value in what I'm saying. I'm working on my relationship with her for my son. So
Mhm.
we keep it 100. We
Right.
don't to anybody else on the outside of mine and her relationship. I don't talk behind her back to my son. She don't talk behind my back to my son. I don't think. So he can see both her and me, right? He sees
Mhm.
that we're both on the level. So
Right.
and we both love him, so we gonna be fair. But I let her know down the road, if you end up like these others in the past,
Mhm.
hey, we don't even want to talk about it. So back to this situation with the YouTube betrayal.
Mhm.
So, Selena, just to be real and be honest, and what Rachel's talking about, she's more of a verification of that betrayal and that setup and the game and the use that people do to one another is so ugly. And I want to mention Shay Love
Mhm.
because she's going through some stuff too. And I just listened and looked and watched, and it's up to
Mhm.
us to discern, you know, is this person right or wrong? But talking about that circle, I have to keep it very, very small. And the reason we have to keep it small and not be out there everywhere is
Right.
because there's too many demons out there waiting to trip you up, set you up. If you keep it small, you know where it comes from. And
Exactly.
when you got to start cutting people off, hey, you know it's this one and that one. We'll cut those two off, and we'll see what happens. But
Right.
this person on YouTube, I did a live. I know she heard it, and then I made it private. And I
Mhm.
know for a fact she heard it, and it was directly towards her. And I named her, and then I made it private so nobody else could hear it. Hey, the
Mhm.
response of my phone ringing, it ain't happening. She's not asking me to do this and that. You know what? I called her out, and She reacted accordingly. So basically, it's based on truth being well. First, not really so much as truth, but trust, and trust is so hard to come by. And then when you finally feel like
Right.
you can trust people, but see, we want to trust the right
Especially on
one.
here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I know, like
Mhm.
last night, O speaks
Oh,
OTITAM. I can, but I
yeah.
can't
Just
say.
say oh. Oh, Tim speaks. I think that's how you pronounce it. But just say oh speaks. That's how we stay safe. Oh
Yeah,
speaks.
O speaks. Hey,
Uh-huh.
like Rachel was saying, things get lost in translation,
Yes,
especially in a.
indeed.
So I
Yes,
think
indeed.
if I spoke to him like on a panel, it would have been more that we are actually on the same page. But
Right.
after and then listening and hearing more about a person's past, you should be kind to them because of what they've gone through. It doesn't mean, oh, well, I've been through this and that. Wait a minute. It's not about you. It's how you're reacting to a person, what
Right.
they
But
what they've gone through, right?
mhm.
And
Mhm.
Selena, not trying, you are moving through. You're moving
Mhm.
through and you're doing well. But like I told Brandon yesterday, I said, look, I'm trying to hold the peace in my life. I
Mhm.
said, when I get out there on that road, I curse. I said, a car pulled up for me. I had two young boys in the car that I just sat in church with on Sunday. And I said,
Mhm.
motherfucker, right in front of them. I was like, oh my God. I said, I'm so sorry. They all right. That's all right.
Wow.
Daddy cusses all the time.
Mhm.
I said that to say
Uh-huh.
this. We are all trying, but we are human and we're going to get angry and outlast a little bit, but don't make it the norm, the everyday grind on this YouTube thing. If people
Right.
understand you and know you, they're going to be, they understand because they're human too. And Rachel, you don't
Mhm.
want to hear this, but I'm going to say it. Well, you might
I'm
want to hear it.
listening.
Don't let nobody help you do shit on YouTube,
I
Oh, I
know
especially
learned.
that's right.
yeah.
Say
Please,
that.
I learned the hard way, yo. 'Cause
all my
Mm-hmm.
it,
all my got wrapped right
Don't
in
do
that
it.
same exact yeah. And
I learned.
somebody warned me.
Listen, man,
Don't do it.
she turned around and sat here and used that John as a fucking game for clicking views. I'm sitting here like, really, my brother was. It was hard to get my brother back. He was from Philly.
Right.
He committed suicide all the way out in California. He got
Oh
hit
my
by a
God.
train. Like it
Oh
was hard to
my
get
God.
him back. And the only way to get him back was in fucking ashes. And I still gotta sit here and pay for his fucking what you call it, because I lost it. I gotta go back all the way over there through
No,
vital
Oh
records
my
to deal because
God.
I need that joint from my house.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, I've been through fucking hell, yo. Listen, because I'm at my mom's house when he passed away. I wasn't living here. I was helping my brother. So I ended up I was paying rent in another house, right? I was a helpmate. I
Mm-hmm.
was getting paid good. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. And I had money backed up. So but when my brother's situation was happening, I ended up without no work for almost a year
Mm-hmm.
because I was chasing him. In the process of a judge putting the order in, he was running from the judge in reality because the judge was trying to put
Wow.
him away. And that was the only way I can get him mental help because when Biden got into office, they changed that HIPAA law.
Mm-hmm.
oh
So
God,
I was screwed in so many ways. So by the time we found him was months later, and it was a call from an officer in California, which so happened to be the same day that that lady called me. That wasn't planned or none of that. It's just she called me right after the fucking officer called. There was a detective and they called me right from the damn morgue because they had to put my brother together to identify him. And they
oh,
couldn't identify him through fingerprints. They had to identify him through his fucking DNA. So they had to do a whole search until they found his first of kin, which was me.
Right.
And before they found me, they had to find my family because my info's not really on the fucking internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a record like that. I haven't been in jail. The one time that I got arrested was defending my mom. That's expunged. Like I sat here and I stabbed the shit out of a lady, almost killed her because she was fucking my mom up. And it was 10 motherfuckers on top of me. They had a fucking knife. And before they stabbed me, I pulled the shit out of her fucking hand and I stabbed her in the back with it. Like, what the fuck? Self
Okay.
defense. She came to my property.
Well, it
And that's
is
all
what
they could
it
ever
is.
find on me. So my record is fucking clean. Like I keep
It's
telling
not
everybody,
funny.
I'm not gonna sit here and expose myself like that if I had a dirty record. I
right.
listen,
Mm-hmm.
man. I had too many old heads on me, like telling me, like, listen, man, never air your dirty laundry. Don't do something that you don't want to be used against you. I got that in the back of my head all the time. And then when I had kids, more and more advice came until they passed away. Each and every one of them. And I'm not gonna forget what they instilled in me.
Well, let me say this, Rachel, because I'm a little older than you. And some of the experience we have are kind of similar when it comes to being on social media. What I will say to you, you be yourself always. Okay, I'm not taking that from you, but you have to be careful on the things that you share.
I
Okay,
learned.
because like how you were, and you, it's because you feel comfortable with us, so you're telling us all of this. But even
It's
in that,
already out there. It's
all right,
already
okay.
out there.
Okay, but even with that, like I said, just be careful, and as you go forward, on these YouTube streets,
Listen,
and
I'm like on some Eminem shit. Before they come and hit me with it, listen, it's out there. So that's why I be telling everybody, like, whatever you find on me is not gonna face me because I've already dealt with it.
okay,
Because when I had to speak on my story,
mhm,
on my situation, a lot of stuff came out. It's out there already. I can't
right.
take that back.
But like I said, no, you can't. You cannot take that back. That's not. Just listen. Just follow me. Um, Going forward, please hold your life, your private life, very closely and tight.
Yeah,
Don't be so free. There is times where you will be transparent. You have to be transparent because
yeah.
it's relating to what you're talking about, right? But everything that's going on in your personal life, keep it, hold it dear to you. Do not allow
Facts.
everybody to know your stuff, what's going on, who you're dating, um, uh, like what are you, some things that's simple, like where you plan on going. Sometimes you got to be even careful about that because people are so strange, especially if they live in your same city. They'll try to come and find you. Not
Yeah.
all the time, But I'm just saying things like that you do in your private life, don't always be so free to share it. You have to
Yeah.
have wisdom and know, and also who to share it with. Because as
Facts.
you go about you know it by personal experience, you
Yes.
probably have shared some things with homegirl, and then you found out you probably shouldn't have did that because it will come back to bite you. So that's
You know what's
why.
crazy? On
Mhm.
social media, I've never really shared anything personal. But like when like the only thing that's out there that's personal is my story, like what happened to
Mhm.
me as a survivor, and my brother's situation, my son's situation. My son's
Mhm.
situation's out there because at the end of the day, I had to speak with senators. I had to, do this. I have a petition out there. So basically, that's why I'm like, I'm not really mad. What's out there has actually not, it hasn't harmed me. It has benefited
Uh-huh.
other people on some real shit. Like that's why I'm not mad. Like when people try to use that against me, I'm like, listen, you're mad. I don't know why, but my story and my situation was actually out there. That's the only thing that's personal,
Mhm.
has benefited other people. I've had so many young ladies come up to me and tell me, thank you, for letting them women come up. I've had Maritza speak on my panel. I've had a couple of women speak
Oh,
up on
okay.
the panel as, survivors. And it
Mhm.
has helped other young women and say, you know what, I've got the courage now to go get some therapy. I didn't think it was going to be
Right.
like this because of a hurt. So I'm not mad at that. That's why I tell people, go ahead and use it. Be my guest because at the end of the day, you're not hurting me. You know what you're doing? You're giving my cause some shine. And what I'm trying to do is help the youth. I'm speaking up for them. People say I'm an
Uh-huh.
activist. I never claimed to be one, but they say
Mhm.
that I am. So I'm like, all right, that's what you call me. I'm an activist because I'm fighting
Oh,
for the
yeah.
kids' rights.
Well, like I said, you will learn that as you go about on these YouTube streets and
I
just in
learned
life
the
in
hard way.
general. And I did too. I can think about the time where I was just like, that was so stupid, Selena. But I did. It happened. And my grandmother used to always tell me, whatever you do, Selena, go with your first mind. And I did not listen. I ended up doing, getting involved with people that I felt in my, in my gut. It was like, no, these people, this person, or these people don't really like you like that. Like, and I had to accept that, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard because if you a person kind of like me, you want to think the best in people. You want to see the best in people. And then when they end up being exactly who they really are, then you have to accept it. It's not, you can't make people what they're not. Just like no one can make me what I'm not. So
Right.
we definitely have to not have so much. I was telling a friend, I think last week, how you can keep from being hurt so much is not have high expectations for people. When you learn to stop having high expectations of people and just accept people for how they come, you'll be less hurt when things don't pan out the way you want them to, or you won't be so disappointed to the point to where you're like down in the dumps. So you do have to, in every situation, you have to realize people are going to be people, and not to have high expectations that there's something more to them. They are who they are, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? So that's
So
how I'm
true.
learning. That's how I'm learning, so I won't get my feelings hurt so much. When you stop putting people on a pedestal, because some people didn't ask to be put on one. When you stop putting people on a pedestal, when you stop having high expectations and thinking somebody's going to respond just like how you respond, everybody's not going to respond the way you respond. Everybody's not going to do it the way you want to. You feel like they should do it. So
You
you have to understand that, and that's how you will keep from being hurt so much,
know
because
what's crazy, Selena? All this that you just said is the same stuff my baby pops was telling me when the whole situation was happening. And I do regret
right.
it. I regret breaking down on the phone and crying and telling her everything that happened with my brother. I regret that one part. Out of everything that's been out there, that's the only thing I regret. And I tell people, but I can't take it back. And I don't dwell on it and I don't cry over it. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
like what I did was I walked away from that situation because there's no fixing
Right.
that situation. The lady is how she is. She's not going to change. I'm not the only one she's done it to. She's going to
Oh,
keep doing it to people because I notice, I guess I see as a pattern. She'll use what's somebody's weakness against them.
And most people do that, and that's why I said their father is the devil, because they use what they know will hurt you the most. And I was so glad that I didn't. And I told people. Now, one thing about me that I can say, I did tell people what I wanted them to know. But to be honest with you, on some things, I didn't tell the whole truth on, because I knew that there was a chance that they could come back and bite me. So when things did come out, they didn't get all of the truth. So basically, uh, I played them when they thought they played me, because I knew it was a chance that they might return. It's kind of weird, but um, even though I try to believe the best in people, I'm not a dummy either. So even though I have on a smile and hey, how you doing? I'm nice to everybody, speaking to people. I'm not a dummy. I may look slow to some people, but I'm definitely not slow. So I'm going to either give you what I want to give you, or give you a little bit half of it. And I don't do it with now. Understand, I don't do that with everybody. And what I mean by that is,
But that's
I
not telling a lie. That's telling the truth. Just telling what you want them to know and not everything because they don't have to know everything.
right, exactly. Hey Randy, how are you? Hey Bama.
Because
So
I do it a lot.
I
Like, you don't need to know everything. I tell you what you need to know. That's it. But my life is my life.
Exactly. So I always want to be a genuine person, right? I always want to be a genuine person. Oh, okay, you had to drop down. I always want to be a genuine person, but I do understand I'm not dealing with people sometimes that think like me, or have been raised like me. Some people have not been raised how to have morals. Some people have not been raised how to have loyalty with friends and family. They just haven't been raised like that. So when I kind of sense that maybe something I'm saying to you might be going another way because another person is acting different towards me, right? So I'm telling you in something in confidence, and then I notice another person starts acting different. That's when I know I got a rat. Okay. So when I got a rat, okay, that's when I said, okay, now I know how to play this. Okay, because there's some people, they come off nice, they come off like, oh, I want to be your friend, I want to be your friend, and just so that they can get in your business. Now it is some good people out there, but I do believe good people are few far in between. And that's just my opinion. But I do believe that there's some good people out there. I believe that there's some decent people out there that treat people like they want to be treated. And but like I said, it's not. I wouldn't say it's everyday thing. You're not gonna go and meet a friend every day. Not a real friend. You're gonna meet associates. You're not gonna meet
Yes.
real friends all the time.
I mean, online, I don't plan on making friends. I mean, I fucks with people. I don't know if you consider that being a
Mhm.
friend. I mean, I fucks with people, but
Your
on
associates.
here, yeah, I got a lot of associates. Like, we talk about politics. Like, we roast, we joke around sometimes in the middle of talking about politics or speaking about real life topics. Harassment,
Right.
sexual abuse. What can we do? Can we make a change? Can we make a difference? Can we unite? Like, because when I came on this, John, I came on
Right.
this John thinking I was Shaq. Like, okay, I united some people out here. They was like, go
Right.
online, you can do it. It's easier. I was
Mhm.
like, ooh, it was so hard in the
Mhm.
beginning because I got a lot of men to help me, right?
Mhm.
Especially on social media. But the
Mhm.
women on social media, I learned that they fight more than the women out here in real life. And out
Right.
here, like, but it's crazy because out here, right? Out
Right.
here, I kind of like gave up on the women because it goes from like, all right, we're not talking like, it's, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, wait, we're talking about the kids. How the hell did this get from your personal life to your personal life to that person? I'm like, wait. But it's always a
Right.
woman. So people be
Mhm.
like, you don't like hanging around? No, because for some reason I get in the middle of some shit, like online.
Right. I
I'm
do.
like,
I
this shit is
find
crazy.
myself at times do too as well. And it's like, I'll be trying to stay out the way. I'll be trying to duck and dive. But it just comes with relationships and dealing with people, you will have some situations that you just cannot avoid, because everyone is different, and everyone has deal that everyone how can I say this, they deal with friendships different than you may deal with the friendships. So it's kind of like what I see as loyalty, somebody else may not see as loyalty. It's just really weird. And then I'm the kind of person, I may seem nice, and I am. I really try. I really try to be a nice person, and sometimes it takes work. But more than anything, I try to be kind, because nice, you can fake it, but kindness, it comes within. It's
You
something that
can't fake that
it has
niceness.
to
Like,
be in you. Uh-huh. You
it's
can't fake.
not easy
So
to fake. It's not easy to be nice. Like, you can't fake that, John.
well, some people
Like,
can't fake niceness. That's because they want something from you.
yeah,
That
that's
that's
why I come
I
back that
call it
easy.
opportunists. But a kindness is something that is given to you by God. It just has to be something that is within you, and really, I try to be kind and treat, and like I said, in my mind, try to treat people like I want to be treated. Do I always get there? Absolutely not. It's sometimes that other Selena comes out. And when that other Selena comes out, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't make excuses for it. It just is what it is. But I find it hard sometimes dealing with women because um, I don't have time for the BS. Okay. Say what you need to say. And after you say what you need to say, then move the hell on. What I
Facts.
find issues with, some women just do not know when to move on. And they keep throwing subs, and basically they keep throwing shots at you. I had a woman, a content creator, do a whole live about me on Instagram. And people on Instagram, they may know me, but most of them probably did not know who I was. And that takes a lot to me. That takes a lot of how can I say this? That just takes a lot of effed up energy for them to zone in and talk about you to people that don't even know you. I could see if it was a group of people, like, that knew, that person and me, but this person spent so much time doing it, and I'm thinking to myself, and I didn't find out till later, like a month or two later. But it's like, it takes you to do that. People that don't know me, you must really be feeling a way about me. And I really don't care, because like I said, I'm the kind of person, I say what I need to say. But what you not finna do is keep dragging my name through the mud and lying on me and thinking I'm just gonna be like, turn the other cheek all the time. Some
Fact.
things I will address and some things I won't, because I'm learning to choose my battles very wisely. In some battles, I don't it's not meant for me to fight. I'm learning to allow people to be people. If that's what you want to do, you're not going to bring me down to your misery. I'm going to move on, and hopefully you will. But even if you don't move on, I'm going to move on. And so that's what I'm kind of learning on this YouTube app, and just in general dealing with friendships. If it look, if you're not for me, let's just say, have a, hey Skinny, how are you? Just go on about your day, ma'am, sir, and let me go on about mine. You don't
That's a
have to
fact.
keep talking about me. I don't have to keep talking about you. We both know we don't fool with each other. So it is what it is. Nobody being fake. Everybody know I don't fool with you, you don't fool with me, and keep it going. But the thing that I find with people, they are obsessive. They continue to go on and on and on and on. And it's like, really? So, and I hate it. And this is another thing. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you talk, because I can talk. What I really hate about some women and having relationships with women, when things don't work out and you go on about your way, and you decide that maybe, y'all don't like each other's personality, you don't like their personality. people, women have it bad saying people are jealous of them. I hate that with a vengeance. I'm telling you, there's very few people I'm jealous of. And it's not for things like, oh, this person looks better than me or not. It's more like, and I wouldn't say it's jealousy, but sometimes you know how you covenant after maybe somebody has I would say a nice looking husband, or you're trying to work for you're saving up for a house, and somebody got a house, a really nice house. You're like, dang, I wish I had the house, but nothing to where it's like I can't stand that bitch, because she looks better than me, she gets more attention than me. Like, that's just too much envy and jealousy. And I noticed that a lot of women that spew out, bye Marissa, a lot of women that spew out the jealousy and the envy, they say other women are jealous and envy of them. They're actually the ones that's jealous of other women. They're actually the one that's jealous hearted. And that's what irritates me about some women. And I just was like, man, I'm not a jealous hearted person. I don't just go around here. Not to say I've never been, like I said, I've given an example, but I've never been just a jealous hearted person going around being jealous of people. For what? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can look just as good as the next one. I might not be as skinny as another person. I might not be as tall as another woman, but I feel like I look just as good. So I don't have, and I'm talented in whatever my talents and gifts are. I drop people because that's just who I am. It's not because I'm telling everybody, look at me, and look at how wonderful I am. It's just who I am. People drawn to me. And so, you get women that's mad about that. So I'm just like, I don't, at this, like I said, at this point in my
Facts.
life,
They got.
I don't give a damn. And I'm just
Sorry,
gonna be very honest. Go
I was gonna say
ahead.
what Amber was saying. They got insecurities. Facts. You speaking facts?
Yeah,
My bad.
right. So yeah, I've dealt with that. I have had people making up lies about me, and things that I have not even did. And I'm like, damn, you must be a miserable person to just think of things about a person, and delusional at the same time. But
See,
that's
that's
the
the
of
that's
being
the
on
problem with
here.
people on here.
Hmm.
They want to have friends and stuff like that. And like at one point, like before all this beef and all that stuff started separating people on
Right.
here, like when I was supporting one person, I was like, damn, like shit, if they coming at you like that, speak up, say this, say that. But like when
I,
people started speaking up, and then other people started showing proof, shit wasn't mathing. Like, and it's
mhm.
like you I speak on, well, I don't speak on YouTubers because YouTubers get too emotional. Damn, that like bright as
Oh no,
shit.
I don't speak. I
YouTubers
try
get
not to. Mm-mm.
YouTubers get too emotional. And I learned that when, this whole incident with the person I was supporting happened, right? I thought me and her
Mhm.
was cool, for real, right? I'm not gonna say, oh, she was
Mhm.
my friend, that I look at her like a mother figure, yeah, because when we spoke right in person, it wasn't really about the YouTube or none of that. It was mostly about
Mhm.
gardening, about the petitions,
Right.
or when she was mad about something that happened. I was like, why don't you let it go? Like, look, this is happening right now. Why don't you talk about this? It won't bring you views right now, but later on it will. This is a current event right now. Like, why don't you get on that?
Mhm.
But then you would come over here and they on some beef shit. I'm like, what the, like you're confused. You're confused as
Right.
hell because it's two different people. Like, I don't
I'm
know how to
telling
explain it
you.
or say it. So it's like when we feel like, yo, you did them dirt. I didn't do nobody the fuck dirty. It's just that I'm not a fucking kid. I'm not a child, and I'm not a fucking
Right.
puppet and have no master. My mama doesn't fucking discipline
Exactly.
me after I got my own fucking crib, and I've been living on
Mhm.
my own since I was fucking 15. I keep telling motherfuckers I
Mhm.
was emancipated at 15. I'm 16.
Mm.
I was living on my own since I was 15. There's a reason that I was able to prove everything to a judge.
Mhm.
Like there was shit going on. Like I went through hell in my house. My story's out there, but I got
Right.
emancipated. I managed to be out here on my own. Like even though my mom, my story's out there. I'm not going to get on that shit. But anyway,
Right.
it's hard to talk about it without, because I don't want to confuse people. But my whole point is right that at the end of the day, motherfuckers need to grow up. I had to grow up ahead of time.
Right.
So I don't know if it's because I had kids early and my past. me surviving my past made me who I am today. It could be that. I went through
Mm-hmm.
fucking hell. I seen some shit out here on the streets. Like I keep telling people, I see stuff out here. I listen to these kids. I'm out here really fighting, talking to these senators, trying to get these laws passed. Like I was hyped as shit. I think a couple hours ago, maybe a month, 2 months ago, whenever they Cheryl Parker became mayor. I was hyped because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh snap, she became mayor, and all the stuff that we was talking about on these meetings, she passed a law. But it was something I didn't like that came with it, which was the secret safe houses. And I spoke on that. I was like, damn, we fought so hard. The mayor actually did this. We're getting this. We're getting that. Oh, but there's something bad to it. We have to sit here and accept secret safe houses. So basically, y'all
Mm-hmm.
gonna be giving out free opioids, free fucking needles, and all that to keep them from the streets. But I did a whole live on that. So my whole thing is, I'm not
Okay.
on here for the bullshit. I'm actually fighting for these kids. I almost lost my child because of the system. So my whole
Well,
reason of being on here is a different story. So I'm saying him like, look, I didn't come to make
exactly.
friends. I'm like, I don't even have
Right.
real friends in real life. Like, if you want to say, okay, I grew up with this shorty right now. We was best friends as we grew up. Now I don't call her my best friend no more because she went from being a friend to my sister. I consider her family. She's my kid's
Mhm.
godmom now. I'm like, but friends, I think the word is overrated once you hit a certain age. Leave that for the
Yeah.
little kids.
Hmm.
Like,
I
I don't
think
know if I'm tripping or what, but like
I
you hear
think you're
friends, I expect for betrayal. I expect for lies because it's some kid shit.
well, yeah, because you have some women that are not in they're not in the same maturity level that you may be, where you may can go to a woman and do one-on-one and say, hey, I feel this way and da 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 da, and the woman says, what they feel, and actually have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Most women now, I'm not gonna say most, some women don't want that. Either they, like I said, some women are very petty and
Yeah,
childish. So they'll do things and it's kind of like, so you're doing all of this when you could have just had a conversation with me. See, that's what pisses me
facts.
off. And I remember when I was going through the things dealing with different, before I was even a content creator on here, because like I said, I didn't experience a lot of hell until I came on here. And because I feel like it's a lot of 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old people
Too
that
grown.
just do not have the maturity to have a conversation. They don't they all they want to do is cuss, um fuss, call you funny looking, and I'm like, how you gonna call me funny looking when you look like a wildebeest? I mean, how does that work? But you'll have people call y'all out your name, trying to dox you, find out different things. So it's a lot of stuff that people do that are so childish when all you have to do is have a conversation. And if even if you don't have a conversation, leave each other alone. You know what I'm
Facts. Walk
saying?
away.
Uh,
Because my elders
what?
used to say that there's something in you, right? Or you have
Mhm.
something that they want, whether it's the looks,
Right.
right? Whether it's your attitude, your behavior, or what you have.
Hmm.
Your man could be
Right.
treating you the best, and your man could be treating them like shit. You're telling your story. You don't give a fuck. Like this, your nigga. Like every like
Hmm.
you putting him like to them. You put him on a pedestal. Now she's looking at her life like, oh damn, my life is not like this. I want your life. Or
Hmm.
it could be like, you're on here, you're doing beauty, you're doing all that, talking about beauty, whatever it is. This female feels some type of insecurities. Or, you could be having a
Right.
live about talking about,
Cause
how can I say it, the benefits of sex or some shit like that. Then you got an old head talking
right.
about, well, you should be doing it like this, or you should take, you know what, this is not my channel.
Or look,
But it's like, look, listen, that's not
or
the type
look
of
over
sex
there.
ed.
She thought. Yeah, yeah. She over
Like,
there
yo,
thought. She the YouTube thought.
like, what
That
the
kind of
fuck? This
thing.
should be
Uh,
crazy.
well, I did notice. If you see, this is a problem when you get a lot of attention or you get a lot of people that may notice you. That's when you have a target on your back. So that's just
They want
something you have to
validation.
accept. And
They
when you
want your
have that target,
validation.
right?
They want your validation. And
When you have that. target, hold on, let me finish this one. Let me land this plane. When you have a target on your back, then that is just like constantly you're getting people trolling you. You're getting people making up live streams with your name in it and saying stuff. You're like, what the hell? So it's just like you be kind of like, okay, how can I deal with this without running and hiding? You know what I'm saying? Or just getting off of YouTube altogether. I know for me, I just learned to um have a support group, my own little support group, and don't let what other people say about you be true. That's another thing that I've learned. Also, everything you don't have to respond to, because
Facts.
eventually people will sit back and they'll say, well, this person ain't said nothing about this person. Why this person keep talking about it? Why this person keep doing subliminals about this person? And then people are going to start wising up. Some people will, some people just idiots. But some people will
Yeah.
wise up and be like, well, hey, that's a little weird. This person keep talking about this person. This person don't be talking about them. So I'm trying to
Facts.
figure out, and then they find out who the fool is. And but some of their followers or people that support them, they still gonna be like, well, they're right and this person's wrong. So that's just people, but I'm not worried about those folks. My thing is, don't let what other people say about you be true, and make sure you don't
Facts.
go around here talking to people, a lot of people, even when you're trying to help people. Stay out of it. If you see a person going down a wrong path and you don't really know them like that, unfortunately, you can't reach out and extend help to people sometimes, because it will end up backfiring on you. I'll be trying, there's been certain people I have told certain things like, hey, you might want to watch out for this, you might want to watch out for that. And
You're not
then they end
lying.
up turning on me. So
You're not
what I've
lying.
decided, huh?
So you're not lying. You know where I keep getting the observe from? Because you did a live a while back. It's been, I mean, I think it's been a year and a half or some shit. And you was talking about observing your circle, your surroundings, something you was talking about, and that John just clicked onto me. I did a poem on observation and everything. So it's kind of
Right,
like I'm like, yo, that John has clicked to me toward like the past year and a half. It's like I'm like, yo, she keeps saying observation. You had I think it was Nate the Great around that time that kept talking about watching your circle, your surroundings.
right,
Then you got
right.
the word. I'm saying, I'm like, okay, I guess this is a sign. I'm like, you're
Yeah,
not lying, you're speaking facts.
mm-hmm. You that, hey, blessings. I said blessings. Hey, weed smoke 83. How are you? I was about to call you blessings. But anyway, but yeah, you really do have to be very cautious. And like I said, majority of people, and I will say this, majority of people can see through the BS eventually. Some people, it may take them some time, but they'll be able to see, yeah, I don't know if I can believe what this person's saying, because this person over here doing their own thing, minding their own business, and this person still talking about this person months later. So I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go with that person, because they not doing it. This person is too concerned about what another person is doing. And
You know what's crazy,
go
Selena?
ahead. Hmm.
I speak a lot about the dark web and shit like that, and I bring awareness about that, John. I never thought that these old heads would try to top the dark web, and I mean this shit. You know what
Hmm.
I mean by that? Because I don't expect this from people that say that they're regular people, that they sit here and, like, when I came across the person, I thought she was an activist for real. You giving out fruit
Hmm.
baskets, you got a petition out that I signed
Right.
myself, talking about you fighting for men's rights, child support, all that stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, another
Hmm.
person that's doing the same thing I'm doing. No, they're not really like that. I think that's a facade, something they use to cover up, or I don't know what it is, because what happens to it? Like, I'm sitting here still asking my question. All these people that I came across, right, that were on, I'm not saying his fault, because that's where I met them, but I'm not
Right.
blaming him. I don't blame him. I blame me for staying there that long and being that naive. I had to learn.
Hmm.
I don't blame the person, because listen, man, I myself promoted them. What I mean by promoted them was I shared their lives. I was, come check them out, come check them out, because I didn't think they
Right.
would be like this. I'm in here, okay. I speak a lot about the dark web, so I'm expecting some creeps and freaks like that. not motherfuckers that are trying to top this shit and okay, let's do some speed, let's do plays. Like I know that shit existed, but people trying to put you in it. I thought that the
Mhm.
plays was somebody, behind the scenes talking, let's do this, let's do this.
Right.
When in the that's why shit's going backwards for these people. Because y'all are putting people that have nothing to do with y'all shit. They don't even know nothing. We're blind to the fact.
Look, I swear
So it
people thought I was
backfires.
I swear people thought I was working with people doing diabolical things behind the scenes. Look, if you looked at things I got going on in my life and what I'm doing, I don't have time to be doing anything diabolical to take anybody's channel. I'm this kind of type of person. Just leave me alone and I will
I
leave
thought
you alone. You know
I
what I'm
thought the
saying?
troll was the people that came on your channel. Like, no, I experienced a couple of trolls, like the Hassan Campbell trolls. You came on here, you bring awareness to the, sexual harassment and stuff like that. Or if you go and speak against him, then you got people coming trolling you, right? That's what I thought trolls were.
Right.
I didn't know that trolls meant you sit here and you investigate people's personal lives, you bash people, you do this, you do that, and you're taking it to the chest because I don't take nothing
Exactly.
on social media serious. Like I've learned that people come on here, they scam. When I learned not to take it serious was when I learned that Hassan Campbell was a fake on some real shit.
Mm,
Because that hit me hard. Like I'm bringing awareness to something serious, but you're playing with it. And then when
right. Hmm.
while you're playing with it and you're sitting here doing this and doing that for clicks and views, we're out here actually putting in the footwork. So I took that shit serious and I started speaking up towards him. I almost lost my channel because of that. And like I tell people, I have nothing to do with
Man, that's
KB.
crazy.
KB didn't help me come up. I came up on my own and I did it on my own by speaking up about sexual abuse, harassment, bullying, putting cameras in the schools and all that. All KB did to me was test my noggin because I was hard headed as shit. And I was like, nope, it's my way or the fucking highway, nigga. You wrong. So I went over there to politics and I was like, oh, that's why he kept shutting me down. He knew something in there that I didn't know. That's it. Why should I keep
Right.
putting him down or dragging him down? I was wrong on one thing and I shouldn't have bumped
Uh-huh.
my head with him. That's it. That's simple. Now, if
Right.
I knew something about him, it's a different story. But other than that, I'm not beefing with people on this John. If you know something I
Right.
didn't know, I'm gonna go look it up. Like, why am I gonna drag you? I don't know if you're good or you're bad. That's what got me in trouble in the beginning. Like not
And
knowing if somebody.
exactly. And I appreciate Amber when she said what she was saying, how she kind of observed me and was kind of seeing. And I'm glad that she uh,
Yeah,
observed and gave me a chance because sometimes people will just go by hearsay. They'll just go by gossip, but they don't know the real person. I've had a few people to say, go to people behind the scenes that I wasn't even aware of. Will go behind the scenes and say, "Don't talk to her. She's messy. She this." And I'm glad. And it was one person that told the person. They was like, "Well, she hasn't did anything to me, so I would have to get to know her." Or I observe her for myself. And I'm glad that that person did that because they gave that person the opportunity to see me and not what going by what another person said. And that's why I said some of the same people that will go behind the scenes telling other people, "Oh, watch her, she's messy." Them mother suckers around behind the scenes talking to other people about other people, and the same people that they talking to, they talking about them to somebody else. And then those are the people that's calling people messy. I'm like, no, ma'am, no, sir. You are the messy one. At least I can be real and say either if I don't like you, if I don't fool with you, I don't fool with you. And that's just
facts.
what that is. But some of these people, they try to act like, oh, hi, speak to you in the chats and going on. Been the main
Yeah,
ones behind the scenes. Don't trust her. Don't trust her.
yeah.
She's fake. She's this. She's that.
And that's what I was
Oh
going through
my God.
too.
And you
So I
fake because you
understand it.
sitting up here speaking to me, and you sitting up here speaking to me and acting like you cool for while we in the chat when you behind the
Facts.
scenes talking big ish about me. But that's what these I almost said something. But that's what these people do. Hey, Professor Lovely, good to see you. Thank you. And weed smoke, you are telling the truth.
Oh snap!
Um,
I was gonna tell you. You should. Miss B was trying
mm,
to come back up. You should have let her. You should drop the link for her.
who was trying to come up?
Miss B. I think she wanted to come up. I think. I don't know if I read the
I
message right.
I put the link. I pinned the link. No, I pinned the link at the top, so if anybody wants to come up, they could. I did pin the link, but we smoke. You're right. You have to go by what people do rather than what people say. People can say, "Oh, I'm a good person" all day long, and then just to find out they one of the biggest snakes. And
Facts.
another thing I really hate people that are always talking about people are snakes, 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 and they the biggest snake you'll ever find. They can't be a friend to nobody. They're not loyal to anybody, and if anybody make them mad, they want to have a temper tantrum and then try to tear you down in the process. I can't. I was about to say something else, and I'm trying to keep from saying keep from
But you're
saying
not
something.
wrong. That's why I don't make friends on social media. Like at the end
Right.
of the day, like look, listen, man. If I fucks with you, I fucks with you. That's how far we're gonna go. That's it. You know my name, I know your name. Sometimes I don't even
Right.
know the real names. I just know a nickname.
And see,
I'm not
I didn't
sitting
come
here
on
gonna.
here. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think we're about to say the same thing. So go ahead.
No, I was just saying I never came on here trying. That was not my goal because I already had real friends in real life, and I already had real people in my life that actually loved and liked me. I keep saying that, so I don't have to worry about that. But the thing of it, when I tried to, be cool or be associates with certain people and or a certain person, and ended up backfiring in my face, they thought I was just in distraught. Like I was so emotional to where I was just like, oh my God, they left my life. It wasn't that
Yeah, yeah.
serious. It was just like I just didn't like how they did it. I just didn't like how a person did what they did, and how that's
Facts.
what my thing was. It wasn't because I was emotionally attached into anybody on here. I have better
Let
sense
people
to
be.
know that this is the internet. But I hate when people act like they're a certain type of person when they're really not. That's what pisses me off and make me feel away. So yeah, what you say? You said I would almost leave money on it that somebody went behind the scenes and said something to you about me. Oh no, no. And I don't talk to a lot of people anymore, so I wouldn't know anyway. To be honest
That's why I
with you,
don't do the behind the scenes at all. I
yeah,
learned
I
when
don't
all
do.
that mess was happening.
Yeah.
I was sitting here. I was like, wait, 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 wait. I'm like, y'all may do
Hmm.
whatever y'all do behind the scenes, but this is new to me. Like when it's behind the scenes, it shouldn't be YouTube shit. Like if, like for
Right.
example, with that person, it was mostly business. Like let's talk about
Exactly.
the shirts. I even made her a shirt myself. My daughter came up with a little idea, and I made her a little shirt and I sent it to her. I didn't even charge her. I said, here. I sent her a couple of those along with some merchandise. She showed that shirt, but she never showed the Riders for
Hmm.
Life merchandise. So everybody, but I was like, listen, man, they shouted my name, yes, but that doesn't mean that I have to
Hmm.
sit here and pick your side. I came up with the fucking
Right.
hashtag fuck pick a what was it? My hashtag was hashtag
Hmm.
fuck pick a side. I ain't picking a side. Because once you pick a
I
side,
don't
like you
know
said, Miss
you.
Selena, I've seen so many people have to fucking sit here and take them knives out their back. Listen, you know
Right.
what? I have been betrayed. Let me tell you what was the worst betrayal. Since you know what? Betrayal comes more from family, right? And the
Oh
story's
yeah,
already
it
out
can
there,
be.
right? And it's because I don't
Okay.
speak on it a lot. I let bygones be
Hmm.
bygones. My sister was
Hmm.
one. Well, my mom was really the first one when she decided to, take the side of a rape, my abuser over me in court.
Hmm.
It's crazy, but people know why she did that, and I forgave her. But my sister sat here, and because my baby pop said no to her advances, she screamed rape. I'm
Hmm.
sorry, she screamed GR. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it in your
She just great. I don't
shit.
know, but great. Let's just say great.
She
That
screamed that
just
word, right?
y'all
And
get it. Take away.
my baby pops had to
Yeah,
get
take
locked up,
away
right?
the gift.
And
Uh huh.
we had to defend him and we had to prove his innocence. But my whole thing is she had a thing,
Hmm.
right? When men said no to her,
Right.
she would scream that word and get them locked up. He wasn't the first one. What hurt was that you went that
Oh, she
far.
rotten.
She went that far
She
to
rotten.
take it to family.
Mm-mm.
And on top of it,
Wow, that's crazy.
you knew that
That's
he had a kid
crazy.
already. And you was a teen,
Hmm.
she was a teenager. But she had already put forth men away. Two of them she managed to sleep with.
Mhm.
So they was screwed when the
Oh my
DNA was
God.
proven. See what my whole point? The other
That's
two,
crazy.
one went down for statutory rape. The other one got away with it because he was only 2 years older than her.
Mhm.
My baby pops was out of the group.
That's
Like, so I'm sitting here and like I tell
that's
everybody,
nuts.
like, yo, some females get mad. That's my sister. And I'm not ashamed to sit here and say it. There's other women that go through the same shit. I had to go through hell to get my baby pops
Mhm.
out and prove his innocence. But what's crazy is that while he was locked up, he picked up on a habit that I never knew about. He caught on to heroin again.
What?
I never knew that they had
Oh
drugs in
my God.
jail. Like, I never knew
Mhm.
that you could do drugs in jail. I thought, they lock y'all up, and the whole point of being in jail was, keep all that stuff away. I was naive and stupid because I spent 24 hours in a detention center when I stabbed the lady that hurt my mom. 24 hours.
Oh wow. That's
That's all I
mhm.
spent. I've never stepped foot in jail, never
Jeez.
been locked up. I've always been on the right side of the law. I've been a good girl my whole fucking life. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like, have I had to fight? Yeah, I've
Mhm.
had to fight. I'm in the fucking hood. I've had to sit here and defend my kids or my brothers and
Right.
my sisters. Like, yeah, I'm not
Right.
that, oh, she's
Right.
a nerd,
Right.
she's a geek. No, it's just that I've learned. Like, I've
I know
really had
that's
to,
right.
them elders had to pull my ear a lot when I was young, set my ass down, curse me out, tell me stories. I used to be like, I
Mhm.
got it through my head after a while. But my whole point is that,
Mhm.
yo, you would never expect that your own blood would betray you like that because they're mad. They'll
Mhm.
sit here and take something from you because even though
Mhm.
she hurt me, she hurt my child more because
Right.
he got put away, picked up on a habit that I didn't know he had before, which was, I speak on it a lot, heroin. He was hooked
Mhm.
on it for a while, which was allegedly one of the reasons that, I say allegedly because of the circumstances. I felt like they the person that the house that he was in, because it was the same person that was doing the same stuff. I wanted to open an
Mhm.
investigation, but since we wasn't legally married, it's up to his mom, and she's a bitch.
Oh,
But
okay.
anyways,
Oh, okay.
um,
That's
I
what's
feel as though
up.
somebody put the needle on him. They overdosed him on some real shit.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Wow,
but
that's crazy.
he was dealing with high blood pressure and all that. But the way they described the
Mhm.
scene to me when I got that call, it was just crazy because I thought they was playing me. They was pranking me because we had just broke up, and I'm feeling
Mhm.
like, yo, I need him to learn his lesson. And for a while, I felt
Mhm.
guilty once again. Like I told people, because his mom was in my head. I like, yo, lady, like, first of all, I didn't even know about the addiction. I didn't know about none of that stuff. It's not my fault that my sister sat here. She lied on him. He decided
Mhm.
because he chose to pick that shit back up while he was in jail. Come home with it. Had to get detox. You see where I'm coming from and all that shit. Like I dealt with all that. Um, and it wasn't something easy. He passed away from that shit. So it was
Oh
in his
my
system.
God, bless
But
his heart.
I feel as though like he was trying to get me back. Even his own best friend pulled me to the side. I was like, yo,
Mhm.
he's gonna change. But he owed the people the money that he was doing the stuff with, and he was also
Mhm.
I didn't know that he got back in the game to try to make money when he came back
Okay.
from home. He was trying to. So I'm like, okay, I feel as though he was clean because he did a what you call them old fashioned detox. First time I ever heard about it. It's not the how you
Mhm.
go and you get methadone in the clinic. No, he did some 30-day shit there that almost cost him his life. Like he almost lost his life
Mm.
doing that shit. They detoxed him in jail. I don't know what the fuck they did, but it wasn't the normal detox
Hey.
shit that they do here in these clinics and all that. He came home
Mhm.
clean. So
Mhm.
I was kind of lost because I'm sitting here, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, how the fuck did he lose his life when he came home? He was clean off that John. He was doing the program. He was trying to win me back. And then months later, after arguments and fights, like, he's dead. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck happened? Like, I went and I had to deal with that. And then with his mom, I'm sitting here, I'm like, then I learned she was the reason of his addiction. When he was younger, she used to send him to get that shit for her. And he picked up on it.
Wow.
That's why I was
Okay,
like,
let's
it's
stop
be
right
deep.
there, Miss Rachel.
That should be
Let's
deep.
hold your horses. Let's
Yeah.
stop. Let's stop.
So
Okay, Amber. What go ahead and finish up so I can go to Amber see what she had to say.
yeah.
Go
Like people
ahead.
think that a friend would be somebody that would betray. No, I've seen it and I've been through it, at first hand.
Mhm.
And it's a woman, it's a female. You would never expect, you'd be like, yeah, your blood. You would expect somebody that you don't know to betray you. It was
Your
crazy.
own
I learned
sister.
that a complete stranger will sit here
Right.
and give you a helping hand before a friend and a family member will.
Sometimes, I have been. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go to Amber. I have been blessed enough. I haven't experienced so much with family betrayal, but and it is one incident that I may. It probably seemed like betrayal, but I'm not gonna talk about that on here because it's yeah. So, but other than that, but I pretty much had some good experiences with my family for the most part. Um, so I'll just leave it at that. Amber, do you have anything you want to add before we get off of here tonight?
Oh, okay. I wasn't. I didn't realize you were getting ready to close, but I just wanted to speak on
Go ahead.
something that's currently going on in my life, and it's made me stop
Mm-hmm.
and do a lot of thinking and observing people a lot closer, especially on YouTube. So, as you know, my mom
Exactly.
uh, recently passed away. It's been 10 weeks now, almost.
Yeah.
It's almost going on 3 months. It doesn't even seem like it. But I said that to
Mm-hmm.
say this. So I have two younger sisters, and
Mm-hmm.
I was calling them regular. I always called them first, talking to them, and you know, just talking. Okay, so I thought we were close, but just because you come from the same womb, have the same mama, don't mean you're gonna. It's not cradle to the grave
No, it's
because
not.
do you know they haven't spoken to me literally since my mom passed away and before she passed away. And the reason is okay, see, I'm 15 years clean. I've
Mm-hmm.
almost stopped taking count, but every now and then I'll be having a conversation. I have to go back and think about it. I never thought I'd
Mm-hmm.
see that day, right? But
Mm-hmm.
so, oh my God, I lost my train of thought. But
Well,
anyway,
your sister, you were talking about your sister not really, even though you guys were raised
hmm,
up together.
okay,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, so I had a history of drugs, but it wasn't morphine, meth, anything like that, or pills. Come to find out, their excuse for not giving my mom her morphine in her last 2 weeks of living, she suffered. Oh my God, it was horrifying. And one of them come out their mouth. She almost lost her life right then and there. She said,
Mhm.
"Well, we don't want to open up the morphine because we're afraid you get into it." I'm not even going to express what I said to her because it wasn't good. But I said, I'm just going to go tell my sons what you just said. I said, and they're not going to be happy about it. Right.
Mhm.
But come to find out, do you know when they came and carried my mom out after she died, they covered her up, took her out. We had to wait for them to come and get her. Them bitches went in the kitchen and got that bag of drugs and walked out the house with them. You see what I'm saying about betrayal
Mhm.
and how you think you know somebody, but they're going to use you as a cover up for their dirty work. See,
Mhm.
that's betrayal. And
Mhm.
I'm hurt that I don't have them to talk to, but I got to move past that
Mhm.
because you don't determine my future, right?
Mhm.
So we don't let people on here determine our future of how we
Right.
talk and who we speak to, right? And you just, God,
Facts.
it just takes time to find out about people, and
Mhm.
and you could speak to you speak to every single thing I can think of, every topic. And I can speak to a lot of topics. So that makes us talkative, right? That makes us speak a lot. It doesn't mean we know everything, but we can speak to a lot of things. So, and I just really appreciate your channel and what you're doing. in the positiveness and the honesty and the opportunity to give other people chance to have their voice.
Mhm.
And you feeling firm on that, you gonna talk shit, you got to go. Now we can hear you out, we will disagree or agree on things, but we're not gonna try to tear you down and dismantle your life because of our differences of
Right.
opinion, right? And I
Mhm.
just wanted you to know that.
Well, I
Um,
appreciate you. And like I was telling everybody earlier, as you know, and I don't know if you were here, but I want everyone to. My goal is, I want everyone to feel comfortable in my chat. I want everyone to respect, even people that you may not like or you may feel a way about. Kind of keep that to yourself, because it keeps
yeah,
down the confusion. When so when we and we might not even intentionally mean it, but because we are all different, and we look at different information sometimes, or we hear information differently than the other person, and we may have had a prior experience with someone. We just have to be careful what we type and say, because we don't want to be offensive, because I know on here people, they have it bad. It's like, when it comes to taking sides, and sometimes, it can it can be a little irritating, because when you have a platform, you want everyone to be welcomed, and unfortunately, you have people in the chat that don't like each other or feel away. And so you have to, I know with me, it puts me in a position where I'm like, I want people to feel comfortable. So I want grown people, let's be, and this is off the subject, Amber, is just talking about
right.
how we as people, and grown people, when we in a chat or when we on a panel, let's be respectful, even if we don't like people. You don't have to say those subs or anything. We are all here because it's something apparently you like, or people like, that come here about maybe what I say, what I talk about, my topics. And I just want to be mindful, and I want you guys to be mindful of the messages and the things that you say in the chat and the things that you say on the panel, because people interpret it. Sometimes they can interpret it the wrong way, and sometimes they may be picking up something that someone is giving out. So I want to put that out there, because as we talk about being in relationships with women, as women, we can be complicated creatures. We can sometimes see things that's not there, and sometimes the things that's there is irritating us. So just be mindful. Everybody be mindful, men and women. I don't care if y'all don't like somebody. It's people that I don't like. But you know what? I don't say nothing to them. I don't say any subliminal to them, because I just don't want to fool with them, and I hope they don't want to fool with me. So that is what I would say. Grown people, let's be grown. Let's be respectful of each other. And I said that, but I kind of got a little off on the subject
Well,
that you're talking about. Go ahead.
we're, we're all just trying to navigate this new
Right,
way of communicating. And
right,
there's going to be misunderstandings, and there's people that's not going to be able to navigate it. So
right.
I see like Shay, she's trying, you trying. See, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Well, yeah,
being
and I understand.
specific.
Let's not name names, okay?
Oh,
Let's,
yeah.
yeah, let's not
Okay.
do that too. And the reason why, I this thing, the YouTube stuff on here is just real kind of funny. So I just, we
I
support
respect
who we
that.
support. So,
I
huh?
respect that.
Go ahead.
I respect that. And I
Yeah, and I don't
apologize
mean no
if
harm,
you
Amber. I don't mean no
no, you
harm, but
right. You right.
it keeps confusion down. It just keeps
Yeah.
confusion down. And sometimes when people are in a situation, we just don't want to add to it. We want to just, see it for what it is, and move out the way.
You know,
So,
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. And you
mhm.
just explained it. and I understand it, and I'm gonna apply that knowledge now. Thank
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate that, Amber, and that you didn't get offended by it. But
No,
and that goes for everybody. I try to be respectful of people that come in my chat. Again, I want everybody to feel welcome. I don't want anyone to feel like just because somebody's here that they don't like that they feel unsafe in the chat.
right,
So
right.
um so yeah, let's just keep that at a minimum. But I appreciate your spirit of not being offended. So thank you for that. And I hope that once we get out of here, you ain't thinking about it later on and then get
Oh,
offended because
no,
some people have a tendency
no,
to do that.
no, so no,
But
no. I promise.
yeah, 'cause some people they be like, "Oh, I can't believe she said this." After that, I'm
They need to
like,
get
"So
over
you
that
thinking
shit.
about this a day later?"
They need to get over that shit and move on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
people do need to grow up. Like when Miss Selena speaking some facts, like I've been through it myself. Like I've been through a couple things on this, John. So wait, where Miss V go? She disappeared. Well, that was Amber, right?
Uh huh.
Then she dropped off. But
Right.
yeah,
So
the YouTube streets get crazy. Like they'll use your past, they'll use your whatever situation you're going through, or whatever it is, they'll use it against you. Or they'll if they don't know it, they'll find it. So you know where
right.
you go. So you just gotta watch what you say. Like she's not wrong about that. Like
Yeah, we
I'll
all been there.
never. I never thought that when I spoke on my son's story or when I spoke on my story, people would give me heat or lashback like if it was their story or something like that. But yeah, it happens here on these panels. Like you can't
Right. So yeah, we
like
just want to be mindful of that. But it's all good, and I still love
facts.
you all the same. I appreciate you guys for coming through. It is 2 hours, so I'm pretty
Oh
much
shit.
and I'm not going to do this other live. So because I figured out that I'm not. Hey, Orlando, how are you? I figured out that sometimes you think that you may be showing something, but it may create some drama. And unfortunately, I know that's what YouTube wants, drama. But and so people can do content and more content after you've done it. So I'm just not going to keep playing into that.
But
You got
it's
to be
crazy.
smart. Uh-huh.
YouTube is a whole big YouTube is a big platform, and I mean big platform divided in so many how can I say communities.
Mm-hmm.
Like when how can I say when I figured out about the algorithm, there's a way to get out of it. Like
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes it brings you back. Like because I was out of it for a minute for almost 2 years. Like I swear to God, like once I started following like the word, I started following more into like the history and stuff. Like I started getting more history channels, more people that spoke about politics, like aliens, the rabbit hole, history, our ancestors, and stuff like that. And I focused more on that for a minute, and I started learning a lot. So it kind of like changed my algorithm on what I was seeing. Like now I wasn't seeing so much of the beef sector. And then once I started, communicating with certain people in the chats and I started seeing their panels,
Mm-hmm.
like Miss Miss Genesis, she has a channel, right? I started seeing Miss Genesis and now like out of the people in her chat, I see people with, they got fishing channels and got like basically they go on little different adventures and stuff like that from different countries and different places, and I get to see not just my politics and the stuff we go through here and what happens here. I get to see other places in a whole different world. So like it's not always about the beef, and they be some good at real good communities. Like some of them don't even be cursing or having beef. It be some drama here and there, but it doesn't get like it gets here.
Right. Yeah, and I understand that. And that's why I'm like, nah, I want to stay far away from that. But I appreciate you, Riders for Life. Thank you for coming up. I'm about to exit stage
Same here.
left. I've had a long day and I I want to relax. So
I'm gonna be in the chat. See.
I appreciate everybody that hit my panel. Rise for Life, Amber, Gamma. I don't know what happened. I guess maybe her phone went dead. And Miss V, thank you for coming up. Hopefully you will come back up and we can chop it up a little bit more. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. I will probably go live again tomorrow. I was going to be, like I said, I was going to do a live tonight, but you know what? When I thought about the subject, I said, you know what? I got to play it safe. Yeah, this ain't, let people be people, but I definitely, I decide. Thank you, writers. I decided, you know what? I ain't getting into that. Uh, you got to learn to pick your battles, and this is definitely not my battle. Some things is worth fighting for. Some things just ain't. Like, thank you, Shay. Thank you, Cheeky, everybody that came through. Thank you so much, 41. I appreciate you so much, guys. Now, before we leave, I'm going to play my little outro. That's the same as my intro. So, a shout out to the word for that. Yes, Commander, good choice, right? And that's why I have real friends. I have real friends that can talk me out of stuff because they actually care about me. So yeah, so I figured like, nah, I'm gonna stay out of that. Even though some things were done on my panel, and I wanted to kind of just show that what was happened that same night. But I thought about it, I said, even if I show what happened, there's still gonna be people that say, "Oh, she's being messy." Oh, she edited that, all this weird stuff. Like, I'm just showing actually what happened that night. So I said, you know what, since I'm not dealing with I'm not gonna say, well, some people just not some people have some mental challenges, and some people just want to believe what they want to believe. So for those people, I just can't. If I did that live like I planned on and how I was going to do it, it probably would be talked about for maybe a week or two. So I just said, nah, that ain't my battle. I'll let them have it. So y'all be blessed, and thank you so much for showing love tonight. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to exit out. So yeah, I'm going to exit out. You can't be a dummy all the time. You gotta listen to your first mind and listen to people that care about you, because sometimes people that care about you, they can see stuff that you can't see. So instead of me going down that rabbit hole, nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for participating. And I will talk to you guys later. All right. Love you to Reese's Pieces. Let me play my little outro, intro and outro. So bye.
Selena.
It's a vibe, baby. Oak Cliff girl, can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl, put them heels on and prove.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You gon' be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other, with the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.